Today I'm not giving a demo, and yet I'm demonstrating something besides painting something on canvas. I'm going to demo me putting a feeder box into my honey flow beehive, which I've got sitting on the deck outside. I'll take a video of that in a minute. Anyway, today's September 20th, 2020, and our Diane and mine 51st wedding anniversary. And she got me this beehive a couple of years ago, and I've kind of let it go, and I didn't really want to do it, or I was nervous about doing it because it's something unique, and you have to learn how to do this. And I'm still, oh God, am I learning? I'm learning some things, and I find out how complicated it can be. It's now, like I said, September, October. From here on in, beginning of fall, there's not a lot of pollen, not any, there's nothing for them to eat, or very little for them to eat. And so I need to put in a feeder box. There's a brood box on the bottom where all the bees are. I'm going to put a feeder box on top of it. And the feeder box, let me show you what it looks like. It's here. This is it right here. The sugar and water mixture, and I've got it sitting out there, goes in here. You can put as much as 4 gallons in here. I'm putting in, I don't know, a quart or two, maybe a half a gallon. It goes in here. The bees crawl through here, and then so they don't fall in and drown in it, they have to walk down this wire mesh thing and go down to where the sugar water is and carry it back to the hive. Anyway, that's what they need this time of year. I'm going to put it in there and pour the sugar water in, and hopefully they'll end up being happy bees. When it comes time to actually harvesting honey, there'll be a whole different video, because there are all kinds of tools for that, and it's actually very, very clever. I need to show you where you don't have to take the hives out and drain the honey out and stuff. It's all done very, very modernistically, but I'll show you that in another video. Diane did give me some of the paraphernalia that's required. I won't even use it today. This is, of course, the smoker, and but I don't think I'll even use that. These bees are so friendly, so not aggressive at all. That can change, of course. I can get some bees joined in this group that aren't friendly. Here's some of this paraphernalia that I've bought, which is cloth, denim and stuff, then dipped in beeswax, and you light this up and put this into your smoker, and it smokes. It doesn't end up giving a flame. And I was told by Jeremy Jensen, the beekeeper that has helped me, to use natural things like this, just weeds and stuff. And he said the best is pine needles from the pine trees up in Big Bear. So the next time we're up there, I'm going to bring down a bunch of pine needles. Okay, little dachshund, we've got some pups here that are going to bark or play or make noise. And if that's the case, excuse the extra noise, and maybe we'll make a video. No, Oreo, get away from there. Yeah. Yeah, I would grab him, but he doesn't like to be grabbed. Anyway, Diane got me the suit. I'll put that on in a minute. I don't think I'll even wear the gloves. I don't think, nice gloves, but it's such a tame group of bees. I really don't think anybody's going to sting me, but I will wear this so I'm not distracted by what I'm doing. The roof comes off, as I show you in a minute. The roof of that beehive comes off, and then I'm going to set the feeder box on top of it and pour my feeding fluid in, which I've got sitting out there. And then I'm going to put the roof back on. And then the bees should be able to sustain themselves between now and when the pollen and the nectar comes back, and that'll be in the spring. So I probably will have to open that up a few more times, because I'm not pouring in 4 gallons. I'm pouring in, like I said, half a gallon, 2 quarts. Is there anything else that I forgot? Anyway, this whole thing is very nervous, but I've been with the bees now for a little bit, and they seem very tame and not very aggressive at all. And there's another strange story in there. When Jeremy Jensen came, we opened it up, we looked at the, oh God, we took the various, what are they called? You know, the places that it's a brood box. So each one is they make their waxy honeycombs and they're laying their eggs in there. And he was going to test the bees to see if they had any mites, mites and other mites. And he does that by scooping up half a cup of bees, and then pouring a terrible liquid in there which kills them, but it also, you shake it and it removes mites that they may have on them into the fluid below, and then you check the fluid. Are there mites in there? And he found one or something. So it's relatively low on mites, and that's not a big concern. Plus, I hated to see him, you know, those 50 or 100 bees or whatever they are, it kills them, of course. I mean, he wants to find out if the bees have these mites on them, which can kill them as well and kill the whole hive. So it was a very interesting experiment. I saw him do it. I'm going to find it very hard to do. And one of the things we discovered is that the bees that I've got in here now came from a neighbor across the street who moved up to Canada, Todd and Kristen. And he gave me the bees because I've had this hive for a while, and he says, we're moving, you can have the bees. And he showed me the bee. Did he show me the bee? I believe he showed me the bee. The bee he purchased from someone a number of years ago, 2 or 3 years ago. And bee queens don't last very long. They last maybe 2 years, 3 years, and then they've done their duty and they're done. Well, as Jeremy Jensen came over, my new beekeeper friend, he opened up the hive, took out the various racks that are in there, and took out one rack and wanted to scoop a bunch of bees from that rack to kill to see if they had the veramite. He says, geez, there's another queen in there. That can't be. You can't have 2 queens. You've all heard that story. You can only have 1 queen. Well, it could be that the first queen is no longer laying, and she is just there. And this is one of her daughters, who is now the real queen, who's doing the work. And of course, it doesn't have a paint dot on its back. Like, it's not a purchased queen. It's one that was manufactured by the queen that's in there now. So there are 2 queens, and usually that doesn't happen. And I'm not really understanding why, because there's supposed to only be 1 queen. Oh boy, our doxies. We'll make a video of those 2 piebald mini doxies sometimes. Yeah, Oreo and chocolate chip. But anyway, let me put my suit on and go out and set the camera up so you can see what I'm going to do about putting that food in there for the bees. Anyway, let me put this suit on. Just a little bit of it. It's not going to take long to do this. There. Here. Anyway, so I'm going to take the top off. The thing to do is really have the camera here. Maybe I'll bring the camera up to show you. I need an assistant. I need a cameraman. But let me take this off. This is, yeah, I need another breeder box on top of this, because they need more room. There's too many bees in there. Yeah, it's not real steady. Let's see what happens when I turn it around. Yeah, it's okay. I should have, it needs a breeder box, a small breeder box, which is coming. Sorry about the wiggling there. Yeah, here's the food, the liquid sugar, and the proportions I was told was, you know, a pound of sugar to a pound of water. And that is, I'm not 100% sure if I actually got that correct, but they've got some honey in here. Yes, and they'll be able to get to it. And then they'll survive during the lean months. So, yeah. Anyway, there's not much. The entrance is over here. They like the entrance heading toward the east so that the sunlight in the morning hits the box. So now all I'm going to do is put the roof back on, and I should check in a couple of days to see, are the bees, well, that was not planned, of course, but let me show inside. Maybe that'll be worthwhile. Here's the breeder, the feeder box, and the bees are down below. But I need to put the phone down because here's a restrictor. Look at this. Here's a restrictor so that not too many bees come up through this way. Otherwise, they'll end up trying to make a hive and things like that up here. So there's a little hole right there. This is just a wooden panel that'll come off. And but for now, I'm going to just put that feeder box back on top of it. And from that hole, they're going to climb into this, and there are dead bees everywhere too. They only live 28 days. I mean, that's as long as they live, 28 days. And so that's not a very long time. I'm hoping they're gonna love the food I made for them. So let me see if I can get this roof on there. And yeah, am I doing that right? Yeah, I think so. I think it's right. Here's the entrance, right down there. That's where we're going in and out. See it? That's where they are, right there. And they've been real friendly bees. Gotta hope I never get any ugly ones or ones that are going to be a problem. Because it's been so hot, see all the dead ones right here? I put water in these little trays. So they drown in the pool down there too, which is sad to see. And when I see one flopping around, I run down and try to get it, but I'm not here all the time. So I put water here, and there's still a lot of dead bees. But I think that's it. That is the Bee Hive video. And I don't know, with the drop phone and all that, with the dropped everything, I don't know how it's going to work, but I think you'll find it interesting about bees. And we need bees, because without bees, nothing grows. Nothing grows that we can eat. And anyway, so bees are super important, and that's one of the reasons Diane decided this is something I should do, and I've decided it's probably a good idea, and it's something new that I'm learning, and it's a little nerve-wracking because, you know, the bee stings and bees in general are not loved by everybody. I'm not allergic to them, so I'm going to be fine, even if I get stung. Anyway, this is my honey bee house feeder box and giving them food for the fall and winter video. And I'll make another one, especially when they have producing honey. And I'll show you how I get the honey out of this honey box. All right? Thank you.